your production server run properly. That means your your development cycle is optimized as Agile or Scrum, doesn't matter. It's running circularly. So you did the development, you did release, and release go to the production, test or QA or UA, and then get finally production. That means every environment maybe is not it shouldn't be same versions that you are, because you are continuously developing our features, new functionalities. That means it's circular order. When the product owner, the client says, okay, I need these features, then with respective features with respective version need to be deployed in respective machine. That's the idea to put it there. So where we are here is so we set it our machines, and we set it which version we are. So with the last version I try to install, and this is the important, that's I said here is the important part. This is the prefix that we define already here. This is the prefix, exactly the prefix that you have it. So that means when we prefix like that way, then you need to be really same prefix there. And because this prefix is inside the your jar files, and then when they run the compile, and it's look for which prefix you set, and this respective set, and it goes to the respective database and install the replication to the respective environments. This is the really brilliant idea for the Spring Boot profiling concepts. You need to be read it or try to Google it to get in more detail. But I believe this is well enough to get it properly. How is it professionally every day we works with Spring Boot profiles. I know. So that means we change it here. It's like we can change it here. The production PR product, or you can QA depend QA or QA depending on which one. So in this case we would run our development environments and with the different port number. So you put it here that your URL. So here's the your address information and your application address information, and then your database name. That's we already show you database name and the port and the machine number and the user and your passwords. That's enough. That's now your configuration is done. So that means when you try to deploy this application in the production, what we need to do, you have to be look for in the production machine where is Java located, which port are free, and give it to the PC IP address, and which version you try to deploy, from version 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, whatever it is, depending which version in the life cycle, in product life cycle or pipeline you have it, or which version you try to deploy which environment. Then you need to be changed here, because all the resources there into the directory or in the repository, and then you change your development environments and then run the script, and that's works. That's the expectation. You need to be configure this part. This is externally, really professionally do your deployment process. And then end of the day, we call our deployments, nothing to the spatial. We call our files that we configure here and run the respective. We run the application. We run our Java, the services that we configure here. This is the service configuration, and then we said, okay, this is the port that we define here, and this is the address we were defined here. The local host here, you just which PC IP address is there, and then you say which environment you want. So exactly same annotation. You see already here the same thing. You see there is the same code, password, the key, and this is the key, and this is the key. This is the three part you need to just change, and nothing to do more special. So everything is the same, and you need to be override these versions where you try to deploy, where your necessary information is located. So reactive, you are in the production. For my case, development. Then the database URL, you set it here, your username and password, and that's all. And now you try to run the application as a command, because you did this speed. You need to run the script, this script, and then your application should go automatically into the browser. So you can go to the application context and plus the port number. Let's have a try to run the application first and then run the Selenium test. That's what we recorded. Let's have a start to do that. So see see the, oh, it was the application is running. So I will explain you how. So you see the very first lines. So where my jar files located. So exactly the C directory, the located into the jar files, and then we have the installation directory, and then we see the which information that we have it in, like in the directory folder. Let's have a start to stop the application first, and I will explain you a little bit more. And yes, and then give it to the clean, and we see the directory is here. Then we see our versions with the environmental folder, env cmd folder files, and these two jar files, and then there is a kml, and then these files, and then there is script on, like so. This is enough to run. So we configure our application to run the development environment version number 0.1.0.2. That's how we already I already discussed. I show you. And then now we need to, what we need to do, just start service, and that's enough. Then it will start the application, the Spring Boot applications. You see the application is running from the resource from the installation directory, and then it's running the application. You see the active for development environments. It's running the application 9004, and it's prepared the necessary, the update schema update that's we already said, and it build the update information and build the necessary tables or any mappings or done the Hibernate job. So then that means that your application started. It's properly started, and properly started into the 9004. Let's see if in the browser the 9004 application is running. So yeah, so you see the 9000 application port is running. So what is missing here is the most important one, because we didn't run our Selenium server, our GeoServer, sorry. So everything is okay, but its maps what we expect, it doesn't work properly. That's our expectation. That's the one of the things. So that you see to look for this one, the application that we expect is properly working. Then it's all record information, and then all things is there. So you can delete it, update it, encoded application is okay, and then do it. I will show you how the Seleniums work, Selenium run cases. Let's have a fix very fast this one. So you see the application is running without any data, because the GeoServer has configurations to get the data from the GeoServer and put it into the data into the OpenStreetMaps. That's why it doesn't work. And now what we need to do, you need to be start your GeoServer. That I said in presentation. This it's very fast when you try to install the GeoServer, then it's GeoServer need to be